he makes music, okay? And he's playing me one of his songs, his newest song that he wrote. And he like sings and everything too, so it's like lyrics. And so I'm sitting there and I'm listening to the song. The song was about this like slim, thick, like curly hair, exotic woman. And I don't know if you've fucking seen me, but I literally am like very petite, and obviously I am not this like curly hair like Boricua girl. Do you know what I mean?
Hello. Welcome to Situaseans podcast. I'm your host, Sean Michael Williams, a.k.a. seanydoo. You can call me Sean. Seanydoo. That's not matter to me. I'm just glad that y'all are here.
I love your intro.
Thank you. Actually, both of my guests are glad that you are here. You might remember these familiar faces. Yes. Thank you so much, Alyssa De Jesus and Alyssa Taylor, for coming back onto the show.
Yes, thanks for having us.
You know, I just know that I know this was a long time coming. I remember back in December of last year, I was like, I got to have you both back on the show. We're going to, unpack all things dating. We're going to solve dating by the end of this episode. And I believe it. We're going to solve dating by the end of this episode.
I hope we do.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alyssa and I need this. I love it.
Yes. And for all the listeners, tuning in. So Alyssa De Jesus, she was on episode 12, and that was from September 13th episode back of 2023. So yeah.
Yes, I was.
And then Alyssa Taylor, she was on our March 15th, 2024 episode, so episode 25.
Yes. It was so much fun.
Yes. And for those of you listening, like, wow, Sean actually remembered the date and like the exact episode number. No, I didn't remember. I wrote that shit down.
Hey, it's all good. Got enough shit going on,
Exactly. But so for our listeners that that are first timers tuning in, this podcast is about dating, relationships, mental and emotional life experiences. Ooh, fucking we.
Ooh, meow.
And I have like these two wonderful guests here. We have talked so much about dating on the previous episodes, so definitely go back and watch their episodes after you're done tuning into this one. But for today, can you remind our listeners, who you are, what you do, and give us a little something fun about you. Whoever wants to start.
I know. Maybe like go in a line.
Okay. Like no pressure.
You want to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, my name is Alyssa as well.
Don't be confused.
Yes. And I'm an actor. I'm an artist. I'm signed with Dream Team. Been here in Chicago for about 10 years now, and I'm from Colorado, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm also Alyssa. I am born and raised in Chicago. I am actress, content creator, all things creative industry. And I also have my own podcast, which Sean was also on, and Alyssa was also on.
Yeah.
And that is On to the Next podcast. You can find it on any streaming service. Same deal, similar energy, mental health, self-love, dating, relationships, all that fun stuff. So thank you again for having me, and go watch their episodes.
Yes, love the Plug City. We gotta go to Plug City.
Yes.
I love that.
On to the next.
Yes, on to the next.
So inspiring. It's so inspiring.
Yes. Yeah, and so, whenever I have guests on, my audience, they always want to know, what's the current relationship status of the guest? Because they just like to know these things. I'm like, sure, I'll ask. So can you share with our listeners, what's your relationship status?
I am single, ready to mingle.
You heard that right. Your DM's going to be like full after this. Situaseans podcast is not responsible for any.
Yeah, literally disclaimer.
I love that. Yes. Yes. Well, I'm single. I don't know if I'm ready to mingle, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
We're figuring it out.
Yeah. And the audience knows, I'm still single, but I'm like focusing on my move right now. So after the move, that's probably when I'll think about dating again. But right now I'm just fun, Sean.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. I love
Yeah.
And then when you're dating, you're like, not fun, Sean. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Exactly.
You're always fun. You're always so much fun.
So so right now at the time of this recording, so we record in a time machine, of course. So even though that at the time of this recording, this is June, but by the time this comes out, we're in October. But our audience, I kind of want to let them know, kind of like where you're based. So you're based in Chicago right now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Both of us, yeah.
But you both travel for work and acting gigs and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just letting the audience know that, by the time you hear this, even though I'm in California, they did not fly out here to come onto the show. I mean, we're cool, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm cool enough for them to have to,
Hey,
we would love to. Is this an invite? Like, let's go.
An excuse to go to LA.
Yeah, I'm like,
yes,
let's go.
party.
Just a few months. We'll plan for next year after this is out.
Yes.
I'm being like for real though.
No, I am too.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm being for real.
Yes, seriously.
That'd be
It's
so
always
fun.
exactly. I mean, there's never a dull moment between the three of us. I mean, like our group chat, y'all, is called the Alyssas and Sean.
It was so cute. I love like the cover photo you made.
Yeah.
So cute.
So funny.
I love it.
I just appreciate the energy that, you both bring to like not only this podcast, but like, your podcast, to like even everything that you all do.
Yeah.
And it's just so inspiring to just, know other great creators like yourselves. And I just hope that we continue to just keep on collaborating,
I'm right back at you. Your
Yeah.
energy is infectious. So
Thank
sweet
you.
and positive.
Yeah.
We love you.
Thank you
And
so
we'll be in LA
much.
soon. We're gonna move there actually. Just get a 3-bedroom.
Yeah.
There we go. We got the setup. And then we'll just switch back and forth between like your
Keep going,
podcast and Ray's
Yes.
Literally.
I'll just keep going both your podcasts.
All the stars.
Literally a star.
Exactly. So, what are both of your thoughts about the dating scene in Chicago? Has it really changed much? Is it still unhinged? Are these guys out here still, just being boys?
I would say yes. However, I think it's all about location and where you meet the person.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm trying to have more hope of like, okay, age range. I'm 24. I feel like I gotta go for 25 to 28 is my age range I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm just kidding.
Like putting your dating profile on. Age range, hair color.
It's very specific because I don't want. I feel like I don't want to go over 30 because I feel like that's not for me right now.
Yeah.
But I think I would like a little bit older than like a 22-year-old. Do you know what I mean? Just different life experiences. By 25, 26, you're kind of in your career. You're starting off, but you have more like of a stability that I think I'm looking for now.
Absolutely, yeah. So she just called everybody
good.
who's over 30-year-old. So
No,
I'm old. I'm just kidding.
I
I'm just kidding, y'all. Don't come for her. I'm just kidding.
Damn, set up.
I did. I listened. I was like, oh, stop talking. Know your audience.
No, everything you said was good. I was glad you took that question over. I was like, I don't know what's going on out there. Like, I don't know.
No, like the audience here, like they're really good about reading the room. Like they never take anything like that to heart.
Yeah,
So
of
yeah.
And it's just me, my personal POV. Anyone can do your thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't mind on the other hand.
So,
I'm older, though.
if you're 50 years old, reach out. I'm just kidding. I swear,
I'm about to be 26. Let me clarify.
Someone for everyone here, you guys.
Yes.
All
Yes.
the target
We got
audience.
options. What age range would you like?
Yeah, right?
That doesn't sound right.
So after this episode airs, if you all like see that the Alyssas unfollow Sean, like you know why I gave them so much shit. And I'm just kidding.
No.
So funny.
We're besties.
Right.
Yeah, no beef.
Yeah, no beef.
Right. We're locked in.
Yes.
So, I really want to know, are there any like funny or like unhinged like dating stories that you find interesting that you like to share with our audience? We love all the fun tea. If you have any fun tea.
I read this question and I made a joke to listen. I was like, my trauma. No, I'm just kidding. It's so funny.
Girl, same.
It's so interesting and fun. No, I'm trying to think of like a good, interesting story dating.
I know I have to go back in the vaults.
No, literally, I'm like
the
library.
Well, I'll kind of kick things off.
Yeah,
kick us off for us.
Absolutely.
We're pondering.
So for me, one of the I think, have I told this story before or like on I believe I did, but anyway. So I had went out with this person on Coffee Meets Bagel. This was about maybe 5 or 6 years ago, and this was like when I was brand new to the dating apps, because before then I was never on the dating apps because I was married or whatever. But after like the divorce and everything, I was like, okay, let me take a year, to kind of just, focus on me. And then I was like, okay, now I'm ready to get back on the apps. Anyway, so I went on a sushi date with this person. We had great conversation on the app, and we made plans to get sushi in person. So we, as you know, sushi is like my favorite food in the entire world. But so we went on this date. Everything was going great, but she had walked in with like very expensive, like clothing brands. I was like, oh goodness, like I'm like, go all the way the fuck off. But at the same time, it's like, oh man, I feel so like underdressed or whatever. Mind you, it's just like a regular sushi restaurant. It wasn't like fancy, like no 5-star, Michelin, restaurant or anything like that. But I was just like, I wonder what the vibe is going to be like. But anyway, vibe was great. We had a great conversation. We were just hitting it off really well. And then she was telling me how, she doesn't need a man to pay for anything. I'm like, yes, go all the way the fuck off. We love that. Yes, independence. And when the check comes to the table, the waitress is like, how do you want to, how do you want to pay? And so I'm like, well, she just told me that she doesn't need a man to pay for anything. I don't want to offend her. So maybe I'll just say split it. So
Okay.
Shots fired.
So I'm like, oh God, if this is a test, I definitely failed that test. So the waitress, she comes over, so how do you guys want to pay? I'm like, yeah, we'll split it. That's literally how I said it, split it.
Oh my God.
So waitress runs the card. Her mood, like my date, her mood completely changes. She's just like, can I tell you something? I'm like, yeah, sure. What's up? She's like, I think it's very disrespectful that you didn't pay for the bill. I was like, well, you told me that you didn't need a man to pay for anything. I was trying to respect your wishes and everything like that. And she was like, well, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I was saying earlier. I think that you still should have paid. I'm like, I had no problem paying. I just didn't want to disrespect your wishes.
Yeah.
So mind you, there was never another date after that. I was just like, yeah, I think we kind of just both decided, because like after we got our cards back, I was like, yeah, I think we're done here.
That is a gray area.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Because
I get your point.
Yeah. Because about 95% of the dates I go on, I pay for. Like the first dates, I pay for. I don't mind going back and forth. They pay for this one, I pay for this one. Yeah. But the first date, I was like, yeah, let me just because at the end of the day. And let me know if I'm wrong here, but I feel like whoever asked who out first is the person that maybe should pay. I don't know. It's a double standard. I don't know. It's 2024. It's open for interpretation. I definitely don't mind paying for the first date, but sometimes I'm like, yeah, if they ask me out first, yeah, I like to be wine and dine for once.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
No, I've actually.
Can I be a passenger princess for once?
I want to be passenger princess.
Yeah.
I've had that happen though with a guy years ago, probably in 2017. Like a guy asked me on a date, and I think we just went to the movies and dinner, and then and I always pull my card because I just I'm gonna see what the vibe is. I also I can pay for myself. I don't want to just assume someone's gonna pay for me.
Yeah.
And then right away he's like, well, we're just starting to see each other, so I'm not gonna pay if that's okay. Ooh. And I was just
I wouldn't have announced it.
Yeah, it was just so weird the way he said it. I was like, okay, dude. I was like, relax. I'm like, we're not getting married here. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just think, especially, I don't know, if you ask someone out like you said, I think that's what you should do. You should pay for it. I mean, you're asking them out on a date.
Exactly.
Right?
For me, a few things. So I have a lot of thoughts. I do think the guy should at least pretend to pay, even pretend
Yeah.
And I'll always be like, oh, like, or if they pay, and but like sometimes it's like too fast. But there's not enough time. The waiter or waitress is just there like waiting for a card. So they usually pull it out, and after I'll be like, do you want me to send you any money? Like, thank you so much, whatever. They always say no. So I'm like, okay, slay. But like,
Yeah.
I would.
You're like, I
money.
like that.
No, but then like sometimes when a date goes well, like one time we went and got dinner, all was well, first time meeting, and we were like having fun. So then after we went and got like dessert, so I paid for the dessert. Just because I feel like, okay, you just paid for dinner, like I'll do dessert, and they're still like, no, let me do it. But I'm like, no, I could like let me do that just to like show like I'm also contributing.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had anyone say to split it. I think there has been times when I wanted to split it or pay for myself when I knew I didn't like the guy and I didn't want to owe him anything. That like mental thing of like, I don't want you to, and he was like a deuce. I'm like, I don't want you to like think like, oh, I even paid for her and she was like whatever. So like I think that's part of like a little power thing of like, okay, well, I don't want this to be like I wanted it to be more transactional, and that by the time you get to know the person a bit more, like on the first date, you can kind of tell within like an hour if you guys vibe, I feel like.
Yeah.
But I also I agree with the like, okay, you bought the first, like, well, I'll get second, or like we'll take turns. I think that's cool. But I also like, I think in the beginning it is, to me, it's more like gentlemen, like if they pay like the first couple dates.
Absolutely.
And then the rest is like taking turns, or like I'll get a few, like then it's like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I do want to set the standard of like the respect, like we're like, I'm gonna hold myself to a higher standard in that sense, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I agree with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I like it.
But I like learned this. I wasn't like, when I was freshly single a couple years ago, I was like, what do I do? I was much more like, here, like let me, and then after a while I'm like, wait, no, I want them to feel like they have to like, or like work for this in a sense. I don't want them to just think it's like one and done.
You gotta work for this
Super
shit.
easy.
Right. Yeah. Trying to improve your skincare game? Guess what? I got a little something for you. You can improve the health of your skincare with the Vogue approved. Yes, you heard that right. Vogue, as in Vogue magazines, the models. Yes, that Vogue. The Vogue approved beauty product, Herbal Face Food, the most potent anti-aging, multi-correction skincare product on the market. Yes. So hit that link in the show notes or video description and use our code SPHFF to get 20% off at checkout. Visit herbalfacefood.com to get started. That's herbalfacefood.com. All right. And use code S as in Sam, P as in pineapple, H as in Henry, F as in Frank, F as in Frank to get 20% off at checkout. That's SPHFF to get 20% off. All right. herbalfacefood.com. Okay. Y'all got the hookup. So let them know that Situaseans podcast sent you. All right. There was a post on Instagram not too long ago that I think kind of almost caused war of the genders, because literally, okay, so this guy, he had I guess it was like one of those Stitch videos. So a girl was like showing like how much it costs to put herself together to look presentable for the date. And the guy had like broke it down like, well, if she, I don't know, example, if she spent, I don't know, X amount of money on the lipstick, whatever, but she's only applying it once for that date.
Hilarious.
Whatever. He was like nickeling and diming it.
It's so tedious.
And so he was like, well, technically, even though she spent like $700 on like her makeup, I guess inventory, she only used like a small portion of it. So he like nickeled and dimed it. It was like, came out to like $7 or whatever.
Oh my God.
That's funny.
I wouldn't even know how to do that.
And so he was, he went into like a whole explanation, but he was just like, so, if she only spent about $7 worth or whatever on her makeup, should I still be, inclined to pay?
Oh my God.
Damn.
I almost broke my ankle running to the comments section because I was like, I know that.
I love reading the comments on Instagram.
It's
like
so
I'll
funny.
read it in the most random posts because it's so
funny. Or
entertaining.
TikTok.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
so funny.
So
Oh,
funny.
absolutely.
It's the best part.
Absolutely. But yeah, I definitely needed to like, I'm glad I got, both of your opinions on this one. Cause I was like, okay, yeah, again, that was like my wildest dating story, but yeah.
I could say like a little like few week story that kind of was a thing.
Yeah.
I thought it was kind of funny. This was not as recent, so I have to go back in the archives and like remember the timeline.
Yeah.
But I was at like a networking event, whatever. I met this guy right away. You could tell like the vibes were there, the look, we like the eyes, that whole experience. But I was leaving early, which I kind of liked. Now that I think about it, it made me more like, oh, like mysterious. Yeah, like because I was off to something else. I was off to another event or something.
On to the next.
Yes, I was quite literally on to the next portion of my night. And so then he was like, oh, like, can I get your number or something? So I gave him my number and then I left. And then he reached out the next day and like right away we like vibed so well. Within like a week, we go on our first date. All is well, but like right away he's like, can I see you again? It's like I saw him like we only were like in like speaking to each other for maybe 3 weeks, but he was like fast paced, like so down, like let's get it, okay?
Yeah.
And I noticed on like the third date he was driving and I peeped on his this is like, oh, I'm gonna expose. I don't know if I want to do this. I'm exposing a crazy girl peep thing. So men, I'm sorry, girls. I'm like telling us a secret.
The FBI strategy.
I'm telling a secret. It's so dumb, but it means so much. So he's driving, okay, and on if you have a newer car, you have like a screen, and if you have Apple Play. And I noticed something I've always been like tea about is that his phone was on Do Not Disturb. Okay, here's the thing. My phone's on Do Not Disturb 24/7 unless I personally take it off for you, which we know.
We barely just got off of the Do Not Disturb.
It's not personal. It's simply because of my mind and my life. I need something to like keep me away from my phone. Else I'd be on it 24/7. But this was like when I was very freshly single, so I was still like learning the games. And so then I was like, okay, T, like, Do Not Disturb. But like whenever I'm not with him, it's always like dope. Like it's always out and free. So I'm like, wow, that's so respectful. Maybe he was like, I want to give her my soul time. Mm-hmm. Great. The next day, I'm like away. It's like a Saturday night now. We weren't together. And at one point in the portion of the night, his phone went back on Do Not Disturb. But it was like portion, like perfect date time night. So I was like, oh my God, like that's T. Are you getting the drift?
Yes.
Oh, you look confused.
Sorry, no, this is my focus face.
I'm like, am I confusing you with my storytelling?
No, I'm so serious with my like focus face. Sorry. Thank you for checking in.
Okay, you're good.
I know my face is like.
I know, you were like calculating the time and everything.
I'm so serious, I didn't even realize it. Sorry.
So I thought I was like rambling, which I can very much do. So let me know if I need to calm down for a second.
No, it's very detailed. I love it.
Okay, thank you. So it was on D&D, and so then the next time I was with him, I literally like looked at my phone to look at our chat, and it was on D&D again because I wasn't in the car with him to see the little moon. And I'm like, okay, T. And then I'm like, this is interesting. Like, this is kind of sus. Like, I think this is like what like a little pattern he does. And then he wanted to see me. Like, I think I saw him like 2 or 3 times in 1 week, which I'm down if I really, really, really fuck with you, or if we're really busy and it's the only time we can meet. But he was almost doing it too much. I feel like it was kind of like almost too eager, where it was like suspicious. And then cut to now, it's like 2 weeks into this, and I'm noticing the little patterns. He's kind of getting a little bit more flaky, or a little bit more like suspicious. And the funny little part, this is so funny, this is so exposing. So he makes music of some sort, okay? Mm-hmm. And this was my SoundCloud rapper era. I'm just kidding. Disgusting. But he makes music, okay? And he's playing me one of his songs, his newest song that he wrote. And he's like sings and everything too, so it's like lyrics. And so I'm sitting there and I'm listening to the song. And one of the lines, I was fucking dead. It was so funny. One of the lines was like, I see you with your like little, what did it say? It was something along the lines of like a really like curvy girl with curly hair. And I'm there and I'm like, okay, I'm listening, like whatever. And to me, everything's funny to me. So I was not hurt. I was literally in my head like, this is fucking hilarious. Like I don't even think he realizes what he's playing to me. He was
what an idiot.
This song was about this like slim, thick, like curly hair, exotic woman. And I don't know if you've fucking seen me, but I literally am like very petite, and obviously I am not this like curly hair like Boricua girl. Do you know what I mean? And it sounded like he was describing like a really like that type of energy, like a hot, lavish little like Puerto Rican girls, like what it sounded like. And while I am Puerto Rican, I don't have the curly hair and everything. So I was like, this is fucking hilarious, like absolutely hilarious. And then like the next day, I was kind of like, okay, at that point I was kind of over him. I was like getting the ick, and I was like literally on to the next. but like I'm like whatever, like we're like kind of fun, like it's kind of playful still. So no beef. Now whatever. The next day he's back in his little D&D. He's back to being suspicious. So I just like never. I was like, I'm not gonna like try and like go out of my way. And he tried to see me one more time, and then it was a holiday, and the day of the holiday he wished me whatever the holiday was. You're not trying to give a timeline.
Right, yeah. No so timelines here, yeah.
He said like whatever the holiday was, and I was like, oh yeah, right back at ya. And after that, like we never spoke to each other ever again.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Ever again. And that was a thing where I was like learning very quickly, like, oh, like we don't, like if you don't need a like explanation, you need an explanation. And then tell me why less than 2 weeks later, he posts on Instagram that he's dating a girl. The girl also did not have curly hair or slim thick, so that was suspicious. Baby girl, if you're out there, look into that. Right. That was sus. I don't know where he is now. I haven't spoken since. And then he unfollowed me on Instagram. Oh. And so I'm like, dope. I'm not a fan. Like I'm gonna unfollow you. Like no beef. But I thought it was really funny. And tell me why. Like maybe a month ago, he hits me back up again.
No, you didn't. They always come back.
Damn, always come back.
I did not. I'm like, I just like
wild.
And he has hit me back up with like an apology that like he said like he like never responded. I'm like, I never responded either. Like this is a mutual experience. We both just ghosted each other, and I'm not like gonna go insane and like I need an explanation. I'm just like dope. Like we're done, you know. So that was really funny. And then that was like one of my first guy experiences after being in a long relationship. And so I was like, okay, dope, this is the game, like this is the thing. Yeah. But I kind of appreciated the like no drama. Like I was chill. I wasn't in love with him. I was like whatever. He just to kind of like feel the vibe, see what I like. So it wasn't that personal. But it was nice that I had some strong detective skills.
Yeah.
You're in the studio and you're listening.
Yeah,
you're like
FBI, NSA, if you're hiring.
Like that doesn't sound like me. You're like a stupid dude. Like,
and he was so proud. I'm like, and I literally go, I'm like, wait, when did you write this? He's like, a couple weeks ago. Like I'm like, dude, I was giving you a chance to say like last year.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh yeah, like last week. Like he was so excited to say it was his newest song.
I think he didn't even notice, or else he wouldn't have said that.
No, boys just don't.
They just don't.
Yeah.
I don't think.
We really don't.
I was like,
for guys, it's not that deep. We're just like,
you're just living life. Yeah. But I think also because he was just trying to promise me the world. And it was too soon for that. I didn't buy. I was like a little sus. I'm like, this is like week 1, and you're already like saying like your mom loves me and your sister thinks I'm pretty, and like just weird, just things that I just didn't buy.
Yeah, he was trying to say all the right things to reel you in closer.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, wow. I'm glad that you don't have to deal with that anymore.
That's crazy.
So funny.
So if you hear a diss record out there,
oh my God, he's gonna come at me. So funny.
He's gonna keep coming in your DMs.
Yeah, he might. But no beef, lots of love. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
Truly.
What do you say in your show? Like lots of love.
Lots of love. Yeah, lots of love. On to the next, baby boy.
I love when you say baby boy. It's like, bow down. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. It was a joke. I'm very sarcastic.
So, another question that I really want to know is, would either of you ever date somebody that's in the same space as you, as far as like, like another actor or another content creator or another podcaster or creative? Would either of you do that? Or would like, nah, I'm done with these artists? Like, I
think I would. I'm not open from it. But yeah, I haven't really dated any artists. I always I feel like I always try like athletes and stuff, and like other like passion, other passions people have, but I haven't had really any artists yet. But I'd be open to it. I think it'd be kind of fun to like bond on like artistic things. But then it'd also be weird because it's like, whoa, like I'm not the only one,
Yeah.
Like once you find someone who has like the same career as you or the same passions, it's like, whoa, like it's not just me who likes this, So I think that'd be interesting to have that.
Yeah.
I have dabbled in college. I only dated athletes, just not even on purpose. In high school too, it just happened to be my social setting was always with athletes. And post college, I think I talked to like 3 fucking musicians, which is my thing, I guess. But I'm kind of over that phase because it's just there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
It's okay. I appreciate an industry boy because they get the industry. Like they get the long hours, they get the creativeness, they're supporters, God willing that they're like good boys and like have strong head on the shoulders. And they're usually, at least the ones I've dabbled with, are not, they're confident. So they aren't like a tweak if like I'm posting on Instagram or I'm having a podcast talking about other boys that isn't them. Like they understand it's like, no, this is a past thing. I'm telling a story from 2 years ago before I even know you. So like that stuff helps. But I think I did a lot of industry boys like back to back to back, and now I'm kind of over it. So I feel like today, Alyssa today, I don't know if I'll be in October, but Alyssa today is looking for more. I think there's a lot more stability in a non-industry boy.
That makes sense, yeah.
But I also, no matter what, they have to have a passion, and they have to also be able to understand my lifestyle, which I know is hard. Like I'm on set for 14 hours, sometimes multiple days a week. Like that's kind of where I like the industry boy, if that makes sense.
They have understanding.
Yeah, and we speak the same language, so it does make it a lot easier in that realm.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know for me, so I've had like showmances with like, people in the distant past.
Meow. I love that show. What do you call it?
Showmance, yeah.
I like that.
From like the musical theater productions,
sense.
What happens behind the curtains?
And
Sean's getting nervous. He's like too much. I'm being exposed. I'm just kidding.
In the podcast here.
Yeah, right.
I mean, for, I feel like as of late, I've been like, okay, you know what? Because I want to say maybe in the last like 5 or 6 years, I've been like, okay, nah. I'll date somebody that's in the theater space after their show is done, because like in my own opinion, I'm just like, well, we spend a lot of time together because we're in this show. We're here 3-4 days a week or however much we're here. How do I know that this is something real? Because we spend so much time together.
In the same environment too.
Exactly.
Totally.
Who's to say once the next show comes around and we're in a different show, you fall for somebody else, I fall for somebody else. You know what I mean?
Totally.
So I think for me, I was able to kind of get a better wrap around, I guess, the seriousness of it after the show has ended, because it's like, okay, now we're in real life. Like, yeah, what does this look like? So, so I feel like as far as like acting or even like actors, yeah, I don't know, because it's just like the schedules are just so, really you both understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like on the fence, but I guess it's just, for me, it may have to be based off like the person and like that connection. If it's like, okay, I'm really into this person, of course, I'm going to be like, okay, let me see how I can make things work, because I want to spend time with that person, So
yeah, it's all about the vibes no matter what, I think.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Really depends the person, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you were just saying, I don't think they're stable, I was like, wait, should I not go into this? The artist. But yeah, it just depends the person.
And it's not personal at all. There's so many great people, especially, I've actually had a lot of really solid connections with the guys who are in the industry, and we remain friends after it doesn't work out, because we respect the hustle and the grind. And having creative friends or industry friends or an industry boy or whatever it is, like, it's nice, like, okay, now you know how to take a picture of me. Like, you get what that looks like. You know my angle. Like, those little things make a difference.
I love that.
So there's no beef. Like, I'm open to any of it, but I do feel I have had, in my experience, inconsistencies with the industry boys, because at the end of the day, they're also on the hustle and the grind like I am. So that is a thing of like, oh, I'm going to be out late because of a show, or I'm going to be out late because of a show, so I can't go see your show. Those little things is kind of where it gets a little tricky, but it is just worth, if you guys really care, you guys will figure it out.
Absolutely. And, you know, I've never dated anybody in the podcasting world. So if you're out there.
I know. What does that look like?
Right, exactly.
We're just letting it all out. Right now.
Instead of pillow talk, it'll be like podcast talk every night.
Oh my God.
Right. Situaseans after dark.
Yeah. Oh my God. It's so funny.
Like on a huge side note, I have been thinking about, you know, like whenever I have guests on, like maybe I can do like a small section of the podcast that's only for the Patreon audience, you know, the subscribers, you know.
Okay.
I like that.
Yeah. So one day I'm going to get around to that. So I've already have it in my plans that I have to have you all on this podcast once a year at least.
Aww,
so
I would love that. I do love
well, we'll
that.
be in LA soon, so don't worry.
Yeah,
Exactly.
we really will. That sounds like a blast.
yes.
So cute.
If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, can you do me a really quick favor? Can you please rate and review this podcast? Like hit that 5-star review, because, and I do read all the reviews because this helps me know how this podcast is helping others and how, you know, this podcast is serving you, because this, my job as a host is to serve you this podcast the way that you would prefer it to be. Yeah, so I you know, and I don't know if anybody else like feels like this. So I know, like for me, I feel like we've hit like a point in a dating space where it's like, you know how in the past before the apps, everybody was dating in person, like our parents' generation or, you know, stuff like that. And I feel like even now, because the dating game is so oversaturated, people are so frustrated with the apps. A lot of people are like, well, I'd rather meet people in person at a bar, at an event, you know, like in the industry, like, you know, kind of like wherever. And I feel like for me, I'm definitely feeling that, because I'm just so frustrated by like the apps, because there are a lot of people on the apps that haven't processed from past, you know, relationships, and they're just like jumping in. Oh, I broke up with my boyfriend a month ago. I'm over him. I'm ready for a relationship. Girl, no.
It's like, girl, no, you're not.
You know, so there's a lot of hurt people on the apps these days. And I just think that, I don't know. I just feel like we've come full circle. I don't know if anybody else kind of like feels like that, but I don't know. Like, do either of you or like your friends, like, have they ever expressed that, like, yeah, they're just tired of online dating?
I think I hear that more than not.
Yeah.
My friends who love online dating are the ones who are freshly single, so it's more playful. I have had a lot of fun helping them curate their Hinge profile, because I've never like dabbled, and now I'm like, this is fucking fun. This is like a hobby. Like, you get to pick pictures, you get to pick prompts and be funny and sarcastic and whatever. So I'm with them and I'm like, oh wait, no, choose this picture instead. Like, it's like fun for me now.
Yeah.
I haven't dabbled fully myself because I feel like I'm just really busy, and I feel like I can't give my full energy to that, but I'm not opposed to it. So who knows where I'll be in October when this is out. But I will say, I do appreciate the concept of a dating app, in the sense of you can meet someone who lived down the block from you and you just never knew. Or you can meet someone in a neighboring suburb or a neighboring city that you just never knew, but because of the apps and however you put your, like, can you put distance, I think, or something?
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of cool. Like, you can stumble across someone that you never would have stumbled across. But of course, I still dream I'm going to meet my husband, like, in a bookstore or something, like, bumping in and, wait,
I dropped my book.
Yeah, oopsie.
Oops. That's so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, and both of you are lucky to not even be on a dating app. So, like, I envy you so much.
I think for you, it's going to be really fun when you move, because you have so many new, like, faces, vibes, opportunity. Yeah. And I have a lot of friends who move, and their first thing they do is go on, like, Bumble BFF.
Yeah.
And they've had success, or they go on the dating apps more so to find just communities.
Yeah.
And even if it doesn't work as dating, you guys can vibe as friends and be a part of each other's friend group or whatever it is. So I do think that part, the community aspect, means well, but not everyone on there means well.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the gray area.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So be careful out there on the apps, y'all.
Yeah.
It's so interesting that you say too that like everyone who's on it is like freshly single and like getting over their exes, just got a relationship. And I just feel like nowadays, like, I mean, it's probably always been like this, but I feel like people move on so fast and like people heal however they need to. Like some people need that and like that's totally okay. But I think it's powerful to take time for yourself and like heal a little bit before moving on to the next. Moving on to the next thing.
On to the next situation.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Plug both. Yes. So it's just a lot.
Yeah.
It just really depends on the person. But I think it is also a big step, like putting yourself out there, being vulnerable, even after like a huge breakup. I think it's amazing to do that. I just like pray for people. It's like, just make sure you're ready, you know, enough to give, like you said, like the energy to someone else.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely.
I'm like,
yeah.
I pray. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Absolutely.
I just hope the best for people. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's a lot, the dating apps.
Yeah. I hope that it does get better. We'll see what happens in the next 5 or so years. But yeah, the dating apps need to change. And there is like, one thing that I think Hinged, they have this new feature where you can like filter out certain words or phrases. And I think this is where it gets a little bit dangerous because like not even being political here. So example, let's say someone's like, I don't want like any profiles that say the word Trump in it. Like don't, show me those profiles, which is absolutely fine. Everyone has their, preferences or whatever. But what if someone puts on their profile, no Trump supporters. I don't want any Trump supporters. But the fact that the profile still says Trump on it, they got filtered out. So
that is hard to navigate.
Yeah. So, I understand with the, with a lot of people wanting these different preferences, these different like filters on their apps and everything. I definitely understand it. But it's like, where are we going with this, y'all? We're
what's the angle?
So yeah, we'll definitely see. We will definitely see.
Yeah.
So kind of like shifting gears like slightly a little bit here. So, the three of us were all signed to the same talent agency, Dream Team Talent. Shout out Vilma.
Yes, Vilma.
We love you.
Yes.
So I want to know, like, from your perspective, what is it like being a Dream Team represented artist, actor, creator?
Yes. Well, I am so grateful to be part of Dream Team. It's like the most amazing agency. I'm so lucky to be part of such like a positive community. I was signed last April, so a little over a year ago. And first, Vilma's an amazing, like supportive, positive. Like I couldn't have asked for a better agent. It's like everything I manifested for. Like for real. Like
Really
yeah, like Dream Team is just like the light of my life. Like it really has been since I've been signed. And I feel like it's such a good community. Like I've made so many amazing friends. Like obviously like Alyssa and I've like she's one of my like closest friends now. And it's like you just never know going into something like what can come out of it. So I've had like so many great opportunities from it and just so many beautiful like relationships. So I'm just so thankful to be a part. And I love like the galas that she throws. Like she's always so supportive with everyone. Like she always posts everyone and like reposts. Like I've just never seen an agent like Vilma. And so to be a part of that, I'm like so thankful.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna love hearing that. It's so sweet.
I love you guys so
Yeah.
much, for real. Like such a light in my life. They feel like a little family to me. Like for real.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
genuine,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even in my own experience, she's one of the hardest working agents I've ever gotten to know because she is on top of things. She's on social media all the time, posting, sending like the emails and, keeping us all coordinated. I'm like, does Vilma even sleep? Is she a vampire?
Not a vampire. I know, right? That's hilarious.
I love that.
But yeah, she's so hardworking. And like, I'm so thankful for like the network and like the community that she's created.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to Vilma. Go all the way the fuck off.
For me, this is so pure because for context, Vilma is my mother.
Yeah.
So I'm very blessed to have been raised by such a strong, powerful woman who does her own shit, breaks barriers, first Hispanic woman to own multiple agencies in multiple states. So like she's just totally a trailblazer, which is just like so iconic to see. Obviously I'm biased. I literally like Dream Team is my life. Like we eat,
sleep,
Like, how do you
breathe the
feel
Dream
about it?
Team.
it's like obviously it's like a blessing. Everything about Dream Team, everyone's household names, like everyone knows everyone. Like I help with behind the scenes stuff. I help with social media stuff with Dream Team. I go to events a lot. We help kind of curate all of that together, and it's really cool seeing the growth. We have now 4 states open: Chicago, LA, Atlanta, and New York most recently. So seeing us kind of take over these amazing cities is iconic. Seeing it be done, our roster is filled with just any type of person. And in an industry like so intense, like the entertainment industry, there's not always room for every type of person. Personality, look, ethnicity, background, demographic, anything in that realm. So it's really cool seeing that we get to meet so many amazing people. And totally, like us, like our families now have become like parts of Dream Team. Like, we've all just kind of integrated, and we try to see whoever we can as much as we can with the hosting those events and stuff like that. So it's definitely been a blessing for sure.
Absolutely,
It's definitely a tight community.
Yeah, and I really feel like it's genuine. And obviously, I'm in it on 2 lenses. I am an actress who's in it from the side of being an actress, but I'm also in it from seeing the behind the scenes stuff happening. And it really feels legit, and it feels genuine, and it's nice feeling people support each other in an industry where it's not always historically supportive,
Oh yeah,
I feel like not many people support, and like when I look on Dream Team's page, like every post, we're all hyping each other up. Like all of us, like always comment on each other's posts, and I love that. Like it just makes me so happy to like have that support to give and also have that back, because it's like we're always like commenting, like I'm always like, yes, Dream Team, like pop off, everything. So it's so nice to be a part of that. And I've had so many other friends who are actors who are signed with like other agencies. And they're like, oh, like I know Velma, like she seems so amazing. Like I've never seen an agent like her. I'm like, I know. I'm like, she's amazing,
That's so
right?
cute.
Like people
really
like notice
sweet.
from outside like how different she is from other agents. Like she really cares. Like she really puts so much energy. Like I'm not saying other agents don't care, but I just
they just don't care as much. No,
as much as Velma. I just feel like she puts so much energy like into everyone.
Yeah, it's
she really does.
She probably sleeps maybe 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Wow.
And that's what she's like, 4 to 6 hours is all I need. I'm like, no.
You need a little more. Yeah.
She just made herself immune to this because their grind is so real.
Such a hard worker.
Yeah. She's the only agent I know that knows all of her signees and talent. Yeah. Because I can't tell you how many times, like, especially like I'm not even gonna name any other agencies that I've been part of. But
spill the tea. No, I'm just kidding.
Right? Let's just say one of my other agents, whenever like I kind of like am, networking out or whatever, they were like, I'm sorry, what was your name again?
Oh, no.
Like, I'm like, mind you, this is the agent saying that to one of their...
That's your actual agent said that?
One of my agents, in the past. It's a complicated, it's a complicated, but it didn't happen to me, but it happened to somebody that, I was, I kind of like saw this interaction from afar.
Okay.
They just didn't, because I think the person had signed on maybe, I don't know, like a month or 2 in or something like that. So it kind of knew, but they were, I don't know, they were in constant contact with the agent and the agency. And so they, I don't know. So basically it was just like a networking, like gathering event or whatever, like a daytime, like coffee and chat kind of thing.
Yeah.
And, yes. And like the person was like, oh, hey, how's it going? Insert agent name here. And the agent was like, I'm sorry, who are you again? Just like, couldn't even like play
the way
off.
she said it though. Or he, I don't know.
Right, exactly. Like couldn't even just say, oh, I'm doing right. Just playing it off.
Yeah,
exactly.
Totally.
And who are you? Like that was the vibe.
And the person was like, was like, yeah, like we've been emailing like the last few days or whatever, and then the mortified look on the agent's face when they realized, oh fuck,
exposed,
wow. But I guess like all this to say that yes, Vilma is the only agent I know who knows her talent, like by first name and last name.
Yeah. One thing I will say for backstory. So my mom basically was my momager since I was 1 year old. And so I was signed with every agent in Chicago at one point in my life, if not many at once. And I remember my brother and my sister were as well. And I remember my brother was like, we were at the mall one day and we ran into one of our agents, and my mom knows her, knew who she was, because obviously my mom was up everyone's ass because she's a momager. That's the type of mom she was. Super involved, very blessed. I was very much taken care of in an industry that might not be always safest for kids. So very blessed for her and her support. But after my brother was like, who was that lady? My mom's like that's whatever. That was your agent. And he's like, I never seen her before. And my mom was like, what do you mean? And even her, like, I remember I was a bit older when she saw us, she like knew our faces but couldn't tell us anything else. We just knew we were a family. She knows that we're signed with her, but she couldn't tell us names.
Wow.
You know, she was just very like, oh, like, sorry, I'm frazzled. I'm not used to seeing you guys outside of the agency. So she kind of played it off. Yeah. But as a kid, my mom tells a story now when she got a lot of experience seeing what she liked and what she wanted to take and what she wanted to kind of progress and do better, I guess, based off of what she experienced in the industry as a momager. So I think because of that, she really, really emphasizes community.
Yeah.
Because that's it's not common in an industry that is made to be competing with each other 24/7.
Yeah, exactly.
We all go up together, I feel.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 A win is a win. Even
Yeah.
if it's not yours, it's still a successful thing you want to celebrate.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you can really feel energy too.
Totally.
Like,
it's genuine. You can feel when it's genuine.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Oh, yeah.
So sad.
Yeah, yeah.
We're all like, oh, no. Velma wouldn't.
Right, exactly.
She would never.
People are probably like, wait, like, did Vilma pay Sean to say this? No, she didn't pay me to say this.
She has no idea what's happening. I just tell her, oh, Mom, I'm going to Sean's. And she knows what that means. I'm going to Sean's to film with Alyssa. That was a normal conversation. No one questioned who was Sean, who was Alyssa. We all like, oh, dope. See you later.
Exactly.
And
but if you want to sponsor the show, Vilma.
Dream Team sponsorship.
Right.
Dream Team Productions.
Seriously. Oh my God.
That's hilarious.
That's so funny. Yeah, she's going to love this. I'm not going to tell her about it until it's out, and she'll be like, oh, you guys. She'll like start crying.
Yes.
It's going to be cute. Yeah, she's definitely going to
Yeah.
repost this, like, for sure.
Yes.
Stop, that's so cute. We love her.
Thank you for everything you do, Vilma, for sure. Like, thank you for everything.
We will hype you up
We
forever.
love you. Yes, all the love.
This is like, this
I'm
is
like,
my mom.
love you, Mom.
Yeah, you're like, love you, mom.
Right.
See you later at dinner.
Yeah, right. Blessing, for sure.
Situaseans podcast is an open platform covering dating, relationships, mental and emotional life experiences. If you are looking to advertise your brand or product, or would like to sponsor the show, send an email to situaseanspod@gmail.com. That's situaseanspod@gmail.com.
So, like, are there, so, you know, even kind of just coming back to like being actors and content creators and things of that nature, are there any current productions that you can share with us that'll be out by the fall, or, you know, anything that the audience could be like, okay, I'm going to follow to make sure that I'm up to date and I can watch and or tune in to whatever's going on?
Yeah. What a great question. It's like perfect piggybacking. One thing, and we can both talk about this, of course, both chime in.
Yes.
But we, with Dream Team and everything, we have our first ever feature film that's being made currently. So that should be out in 2025. And that will be on streaming services, and we'll even have it in local theaters, if not more. So definitely there will be so much happening with that. But it is called 40 Before 40 Film. And that's the Instagram page. The movie's called 40 Before 40. It's all about mortality motivation. You only live once. What are you going to do with your time? And it kind of follows a sweet story of a Hispanic family. And it's loosely based off of my family. My mother wrote it because she has always just had a gift for writing. And that's kind of what life took her, is, you know, experiencing some stuff in life, and then from there writing about it and now making it into a great story. And it's a family comedy, so it's for every age. It's fun, it's sad, it's happy, it's giggly, you get annoyed at times, you get confused at times, but it's all the good emotions that you want in a movie. And yeah, Alyssa and I have been working in it. We're acting in it, and we're working on some behind the scenes stuff with it as well. So it's definitely been a fucking blast. I'll tell you that much.
Yes, it's been so
right.
much fun. I'm so grateful to be part of Vilma. Your guys' like beautiful story.
Thank you.
It's such an amazing story. Everyone's gonna be so inspired by it and really love it. And I'm just so excited for it to come out next year.
Yeah.
So we're in the middle of filming that. I play Alyssa's teacher.
Yes.
So it was so fun playing her teacher. It was so
It
fun.
was so fun.
Yes.
And and I play essentially a younger version of myself because the story is loosely based off of our family. So a younger fictitious Fictional.
Or fictional.
I guess, I don't know, just a younger, more exaggerative version of myself.
All right.
So that's been cool, kind of going back in that world, playing a teenager because I look so young.
And then I play like older.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but
It somehow works.
It's clothes, it's
Yes.
makeup, it's,
Yes.
you know, changing into that little character or whatever.
Yes.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun though. I'm
Yeah.
also doing the behind the scenes for her
Yes.
movies, so I'm so excited to
So
be doing
fun.
that. I'm creating my own film for it, so we're going to be showing all the behind the scenes throughout the whole journey of the movie from the beginning to the end. I'm so thankful for the opportunity to like create my own like film from this and to like show the behind the scenes. I'm so excited to edit it and like work on it with them. So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, Alyssa's amazing and so much fun content
you.
and stories and memories, and it's like the realness of filming. It's not just us like.
Yeah, it's like a documentary.
Yeah, we don't even realize she's filming half the time, and we're just like.
And then I have to like turn off the camera. No, just
yeah,
kidding.
and we're just like hanging out, having fun.
Yeah.
It's also nice because everyone on the crew, like majority, if not, I would say like 90% of crew are minorities. So it's giving creative minorities work and people in the industry that don't, you might not. I don't think you'll see that many Hispanic and just different ethnicity last names kind of in all the credits. It's so cool to see.
Wow.
Actors, every from all around. We have representation for the whole movie, which I think is really special.
I love that.
And I love hearing what everyone, like all the actors have been saying, because I've been doing like little interviews for all like the actors or the crew. So I'm still working on those, but I love everything of what people have been saying, like coming from like their backgrounds and like their story, like their cultures, like how it all like intertwines in it. So it's been such a like learning, growing experience for me. And I'm just like on for the ride, and I'm just like figuring it out.
Real.
But it's been
real.
It's been a lot of fun. So I'm excited.
Yeah. And only at the beginning,
Yeah. It's just the beginning.
And
We're
we'll keep
excited.
having more opportunity for, it is all Dream Team cast. It's really cool, I think.
Wow.
To really make sure we're uplifting all of our Dream Teams that are able to be a part of it and that, fit the part. That's half the battle, is actually fitting the role description. But aside from that, I think we'll have a lot of more projects for multiple opportunities for Dream Teams and stuff.
Love it. Yes. Go all the way to fuck off.
Yes. That's what I love about Vilma too, though. Like she creates opportunities for us, like as artists, like even like obviously with auditions and stuff too, but like her work too. She wants to make sure everyone's like in on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that, I think that's like a beautiful thing to like, that she wants to share that and wants us to be a part of it and like pretty much show us off. Like she says that, she's like, I want to show you guys off. And that like warms my heart. I think it's so supportive and genuine.
Yeah.
So
For sure.
Yeah, Dream Team. Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, seriously.
Yes. And also, so as a reminder to everyone that's listening and watching, so just kind of want to remind our audience about your podcast, On to the Next Podcast.
Thank you.
Can you let us know where we can find it, how we can tune in and all that good stuff?
I would love to. Thank you for giving me this space. So On to the Next Podcast, like I had said, that's basically on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and most importantly, you can listen to it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or really anywhere you get your podcasts. I am on there. So please, check it out. Let me know your thoughts. I have lots of stuff coming up. I'm excited. I have some more fun guests. I had recently had a therapist on, and she got to really dive deep into like inner child healing and family dynamics and why that affects relationships and stuff. So I'm trying to be more educational as well with it, but I definitely think, topics are very similar. So if you like Sean's, you're going to like mine.
Yes.
Or at least you're going to feel something is relatable in some way. So
Absolutely.
I appreciate that. Yeah. On to the Next Podcast. And I'm Alyssa also. So we'll host Alyssa. On to the next. Lots of guests. Fun stuff happening.
Love it. Love it. Love
the best
it.
podcast right here, baby.
Yes. Dream team right here.
Dream team.
For the
team.
podcast. I love it.
So I have a quick little listener submission that I want to get through with. I want to unpack with you all. Are you all ready to kind of unpack it with me?
Yeah,
we're gonna solve dating. We're gonna solve this problem.
Okay.
Actually, this is a good one, but we're gonna like jump right on over to that.
Yes.
All right, so we have a listener submission. So this listener submission is actually a green flag one. So a woman, she has submitted, an anonymous listener submitted it, and she had came across a few different guys' profiles that have like these really good green flag prompts. So I want to kind of unpack this with you. So so I'll kind of just read from it. So it says, here's a fun palate cleanser for Situaseans podcast. I believe these prompts are all hinged. First, a person who is open to continuously learning and trying new things. And a person who knows obscure random facts is a green flag. We love that. They show potential for enhancing your life and giving you opportunities to learn from them and vice versa. Second, someone who makes effort and goes out of their way from time to time to show someone that they are appreciated and valued is a green flag as well. Third, corny pickup lines. We love those. And asking someone what they sing in the shower is a green flag.
That's cute.
Yeah. I want to know what duets we will potentially be singing together in the future. Wink face. I like that.
That's cute.
Finally, having cute little secrets, inside jokes, and sexy glances at one another at parties is a green flag. It keeps the spark alive and makes each person feel wanted. So we're gonna blow right through these, and I want you all to let me know if this is hinged or unhinged. All right.
Okay.
Okay, and then signed Green Flag Galore. So thank you, Green Flag Galore, for submitting
that's
this.
Awesome.
So this first one says, "We'll get along if you are an intellectually curious individual, enjoy engaging in meaningful conversations, are open-minded, and likes bad jokes." Is this hinge or unhinged?
I love that.
Yeah.
That's very hinged.
Yeah,
That's cute.
It's like you're on top of your game and you like to be a little witty.
Yeah, it's great.
Absolutely.
Thoughtful, yeah.
And then this next one says, a random fact I love is the first documented high five was in 1977.
Is that true?
Wait, what? I feel dumb. I'm confused.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
Wait,
what?
read it again. What's the question?
A random fact.
What? No, it's like a hinge.
Yeah, like if it's hinged or unhinged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the question?
I'm like the game.
Yeah, I'm like the game.
Exactly. Yeah, it's kind of like, So it says, a random fact I love is the first documented high five was in 1977. So only about almost 50 years ago was like the first documented high five. I'm like, it's like, wait, so you mean to tell me in the 1950s people weren't like, hey, Joe, how's it going? High five.
That is so funny.
It's
Like,
like kind of
that's
funny now. Me getting it like a minute later.
It's okay. I took it as like the first time someone like took a photo of someone taking a high five.
Oh, maybe.
Like that, I wouldn't be like, I don't know. That's just like very specific. Like you can't document a high five. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
that's the
started
first
that.
one. I think it's like maybe the first photo of it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know about all that. But if that's them being quirky, then I fuck with it.
Yeah.
fuck with that.
I like
That's
it.
hinged. Then, I
That's
guess.
hinged.
Yeah.
For sure. This next one says, we'll get along if you are a magician because whenever I look at you, everyone else disappears.
Oh,
Wink
gosh.
face.
Oh man.
I love this.
I love it.
That's
Oh my
really
god.
fun. It's a really good way to slide in. It's like
Yeah.
a clever
Yeah.
like
That was
starting.
cute.
Yeah.
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 Take notes, y'all, from this person,
I
from
was
this
like
guy.
processing. I was like, what is that? Yeah.
Shit, I might put this on my profile
Yeah,
now.
see what happens. It's so funny.
Yeah, test like each one and see
Yeah,
like what
you
one
should.
works the best.
Exactly.
That's not a bad idea.
Exactly. And then I come across like a listener that actually listens to the podcast. You stole this shit.
Yeah, right.
So
This isn't
funny.
your
You're like,
prompt.
shut up. Swipe left.
Right? They'll comment unhinged.
Right.
That's the way to get in. Yeah.
Right.
It's all good.
So something that's a non-negotiable for me is a secret and knowing glance across the room when it's time to make our Irish exit. Oh,
That's
okay,
cute.
I
That's
get this.
cute.
Yeah,
I like that.
When it's like, okay, yeah, we've been here long enough.
Yeah.
Let's
let's-
go. make the eye contact.
That's cute.
I feel like we make eye contact all the time, and like we don't say anything.
Yeah,
but
we
we like
do.
know the vibes.
Yeah, we do.
We like know the
In like
vibes.
public settings, I'll be
Yeah,
like,
we look over and we're like,
and then we just know we'll talk about it later.
literally, we're like, we'll discuss this later.
Yeah, right.
like
I love it.
The side eye.
Exactly. The dynamic between you two, like I could have sworn you all were sisters. Like
I know, right? Sometimes people ask if we're related.
That's really
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, I had someone ask actually at the gala. They're like, "Are you Alyssa?" And I'm like, "Well, I am Alyssa." I was like, "Well, I am Alyssa,
That's hilarious.
but not the Alyssa." You know, what I mean?
not the
I was like,
Alyssa.
I was like, then I was like, "No, actually, Vilma's my mom." No,
Yeah, taking it wrong with
she was so confused. I was like, "No, I'm
That is
Alyssa."
so cute.
I was like, "What?"
That's so
But yeah, it's funny. Like we're like soul sisters.
yes,
So
you
sweet.
are. The Alyssas and
Yes.
Sean.
Aw. You know, it's our first debut with you.
Right.
Yes, as the Alyssas.
Right.
Yes, iconic.
Yeah.
Kind of like change my name to Alyssa now.
Yes.
So I can be part of the crew.
Yes.
Yes.
When we come to LA, that'll be the episode.
Yes. Right. I'll be like, so guys, I've officially changed my name.
That's hilarious. Oh my god.
Alyssa with an I. Notice
Yeah.
Spicing it up.
Spicy.
Right. So this next one says, the one thing I'd love to know about you is what you sing in the shower. Is this hinged or unhinged?
I think
it's hinged. Yeah.
playful.
Yeah.
I like to know everything.
Yeah.
Whatever I gotta know as deep as it
I
can.
just love when people tell me stuff.
Yeah,
like it stays between us. I'm like, I just like to know. Like, just tell me.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes.
I'm like, yeah, what do you sing in the shower?
cute.
Yeah.
Like I would, yeah.
That's creative.
Yeah,
It is.
I like that.
Yeah, same.
What
Because
do you guys sing?
I know I definitely sing in the shower. You know, I sing a lot of Pitbull and Kesha.
Wait, that's hilarious.
I was not
Listen, Pitbull,
expecting
you
that.
right away. You
In the
knew.
show- Yeah, I don't
Like
know if
an
I have. That's hilarious.
Just Pitbull. He's like, tonight.
Exactly. That's my go-to karaoke song
Stop.
too.
It's a good one. It's a good one.
That's so funny. I don't think I have like a certain artist. I feel like I just put on like my favorite list. You
Yeah, or
know?
I'll sing whatever I like heard early in a car. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like be singing like I'm in a concert. Be like
when I was a
dancing.
kid, I had
Yeah.
full blown performances.
Oh, I still
Oh,
have
nice.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Same.
but like I sometimes like rushing to go to the next thing.
Right,
so
right.
I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
It's not like as a full production in the
Yeah.
shower.
as it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always sing a lot of Fetty Wap too. I don't know. I just I just love his
Pitbull,
voice.
Kesha, and Fetty Wap. That is so funny. He's like, baby, won't you come my
Trap queen in the
trap queen? I
She
just
my
wanted to
trap
show-
queen.
Yeah, literally in the shower.
That's you in the
Yeah,
shower.
baby.
Yeah, that is so. I love that. So,
So
you're gonna
funny.
do it tonight, like subconsciously, not even
You'll
realizing.
think of us.
Exactly.
I just realized where the setting was.
Yeah.
I say things too fast. It's okay though.
That's for the Situaseans After Dark episode.
Yes, add that to that one.
Okay, so this next one says, oh, and actually this is going to tie in back to what I was saying earlier about those Hinge like filters or whatever with the new like don't show me profiles that have this word or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So this one says, you should not go out with me if you're a MAGA girl. And it's like a monkey covering up his eyes with the American flag. Hinged or unhinged, you should not go out with me if you are a MAGA girl.
I think it's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Setting a boundary.
I'm like, wait, am I saying the right thing?
Right.
I'm like, wait, let me see the right.
You're on the line
hold
here,
on,
right?
yeah.
Exactly.
I'm like, wait, did you say not? Yeah, Hinge
Yeah,
then.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah. You know, everyone has their different political affiliations and lean wherever. You know, So yeah, like, if you have your boundaries, you have your, party support or whatever. We don't care. This is Situaseans podcast. We're just having fun here, guys. But
We're not trying to start a political war.
Exactly.
It's just, like, relax.
Yeah, personal
Exactly.
I just want the best for everyone. Please,
Exactly,
please,
right.
world, get better.
but this is kind of like what I was saying earlier. So like because like this person has MAGA on their profile.
you're right.
If someone has that filter, don't show me anything MAGA, Trump, or whatever, this person would have automatically.
Yeah.
But this is a green flag or whatever for this one individual. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, and they just, they could have blocked themselves off. But But yes, I'm just, so for those of you that have Hinge that are using that are using those word filters, be careful with the words. Yeah.
You might be blocking yourself.
Exactly. So this next one says, I recently discovered that I love adventure and want to explore new things with someone, constantly trying to be better and improve. Small improvements each day eventually leads to the extraordinary moments. Just living life and trying to find someone.
Well, yeah, shit, that's the goal.
I know, right?
Someone snatch this person up.
Yeah. Right?
That's a lot of thought to put into a Hinge bio.
Absolutely. Yeah. So this is definitely Hinged for sure. Yeah. And so this last one is so this person has submitted these, what is it, 8 prompts or whatever as part of that one submission.
Yeah.
So so far these are green flags. So I hope this last one is a green flag. If it's not, I'm canceling you. I'm just kidding. I can't even tell who submitted it.
Hey, it's all good.
All right. So this last one says, my simple pleasures, the little things in life, going out of my way for others to make their day. Is this Hinged or Unhinged?
Wow, these are all cute.
These are also all gems.
I know, right?
Very pure. That's when dating apps could be used in a good, genuine person. They might actually be looking for their person.
Exactly. Yeah, this is Hinged
all
for
scared.
sure.
We're they might be actually trying to find someone.
Right? Exactly. Right. At this point, I don't care if this is a guy or girl. Find me.
Yeah,
We'll start a life together.
We'll figure it out. Yeah.
We'll just adopt kids, whatever.
Right, exactly.
We'll do it. Let's go.
We will figure it out.
I've actually heard of people doing that, with their best friends, especially a woman. They're getting together their best friends, and then they're having a child and raising a kid together because it's a very stable, healthy, healthy.
Sadly, that might work better for people.
I support as long as they're getting love.
Raven's home started that shit.
Yeah,
that's right.
I'm so for it if that's where life takes me. I wouldn't be. Yeah, I think whatever works for the families.
Alyssa and I are having a child.
Right, exactly. Situaseans exclusive.
We got it.
Her name's Alyssa.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
The household would be so
I'm
confused.
just kidding.
Right.
So funny. Alyssa DT.
Yeah, right.
Alyssa DT.
We need to hyphen our names.
Everyone's confused.
Yeah, everyone's confused. Are you Alyssa? No. Yeah, I am Alyssa. I'm not the Alyssa. No.
Are you the Alyssa?
I love that. It's so funny.
Well, thank you so much to the listener for submitting that. I just want to say, if you all want to get involved and submit, and you want us to unpack your stories, questions on the show, any unhinged or hinged dating app prompt screenshots, send us to situationspodcast.com/submit. All right. So love that. Thank you so much for submitting that.
Yeah, those are all so cute.
All right. So I just want to say, thank you all for tuning in and everything. And lastly, I just want to say, for the both of you, before I let you go, I want to know one last thing. What do you think are keys to a successful relationship? This is how we solve dating. This is the last piece to solve dating. What do you think are keys to a successful relationship?
I think strong communication skills, but that comes with strong listening skills. Because you can talk all you want, but if you don't listen and process, you have to have an open mind. So I think open mind, listening skills, communication skills.
Yes.
Loyalty, trust.
Yeah.
Love that.
What more do you need? Those 5 things.
Just the basic respect.
It's the bare minimum.
Literally, we're asking for cars, bags. We're can you just be nice to us?
Be loyal.
Exactly.
Have a connection, a best friend connection.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I definitely agree. I agree. Go all the way the fuck off.
All the way the fuck off. He started that with your episode.
Me.
I didn't know that was
the
so
sweetest
cute.
thing.
Yeah.
Sweetest thing.
Your branding.
Out here she is.
Out here she is. Exactly.
Started. I love that. Probably my best title. You made that my favorite title.
I say it in my real life. I think it, and I think of your podcast and you. So I think whenever I say on to the next, think of yours. I'm yours are always in my head. Always.
The connection's just too deep.
Yes, it's too deep.
Absolutely. Well, love that. Well, there are 3 ways that you can submit to the show. Again, situationspodcast.com/submit. The second way, call the hotline, 312-586-2664. automated hotline. It'll take you right to the voicemail, leave a voicemail submission. And then the third way, you can email the podcast, situationspod@gmail.com. So I just gave you 3 ways to submit. Cannot wait to hear from you. So whether you're in a boat, a train, a plane, if maybe you could be the third Alyssa,
We might leave you a voicemail on that hotline.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm gonna
Guess who it is?
Yeah,
Right.
like, guess who? Meow. No.
So funny.
You can take Situations podcast with you wherever you go. You can watch us on Spotify and watch us on YouTube. So yes, you heard that right, Spotify. Just play it on Spotify. You'll see the video. And we're on Apple Podcasts and all that good shit. Before I go, one last thing. Can you let us know your socials where we can find you and engage and follow all the good things?
Of course.
Yes.
Do you want to go?
Yeah. Well, mine's Alyssa B Taylor Instagram, and then alyssabtaylor.com is my website.
Period.
Yes.
Reflex, but okay.
Yes.
My personal Instagram is Alyssa with 2 A's at the end .de, and my podcast Instagram is on to the next .podcast. Same for TikTok. If you find me on one, you'll find me on all.
Yes.
Love it.
YouTube, all the things. Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks so much for having us.
Yeah.
We had so
It's been
much
a blast.
fun.
Yeah,
so
It was
cute.
so fun to do this together
It is-
too.
it is
really
Thanks
fun.
so much for having us, especially
Yeah.
before you move. We're gonna miss you a lot here in
Yeah,
Chicago.
gonna miss you both as well.
Yes.
Thanks so much for coming onto the show, and I'm glad we made it happen.
Yeah.
We did it.
We'll see you in LA, baby.
All right, exactly.
Yes.
Right, exactly. There's proof now that y'all said y'all gonna come to LA.
We're so down.
Let's
So
do it.
it'd be crazy by the time we watch this, we're like out there.
We could
Exactly,
be.
right?
Yeah, we could.
Yeah.
Right, we'll screen it out there.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Sean. We appreciate it.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I will see you all back here for the next episode in a couple of weeks. Woo!
Yay.